Hi everyone, my name is Robin Speziale and I'm the national best-selling author of Market Masters. You can pick up my book at your favorite bookstore or online at amazon.com or amazon.ca. Alright, so this is going to be an interesting video. I run a club called the Capital Compounders Club on Facebook. Go to Facebook, search up Capital Compounders Club and join, okay? It's a lot of fun. There's lots of great people to meet on there, really good investors. And what I do, I feature one of the members. And, this go around, I featured somebody from Montreal, Canada. His name's Philippe Bergeron-Bélanger. And he's a professional private microcap investor. Okay, so meaning that he invests in companies under $100 and $100 million in microcap. All right, so I posted this on Facebook. It's on my blog as well, robinspeziale.com. But I'm going to do my best here to kind of, make it seem like it's a live interview, okay? So, Philippe is 30 years old. Again, he's a full-time microcap investor, lives in Montreal. He runs a investment blog called Espace MicroCaps, ESPACE, with Mathieu Martin, where he shares his top investing ideas and educational articles about microcap investing. So I asked Philippe, I asked him, tell me about yourself. To which Philippe said, I have a background in finance and accounting. Out of university, I started to work at Travelers as a underwriter. One of my colleagues there introduced me to microcaps, and my first two investments went up multiple times my invested capital. Needless to say, I was hooked. In 2014, I decided to quit my job and become a full-time microcap investor. I've never looked back. End quote. Then I asked Philippe, tell me about your investing style and your influences. Philippe said, interestingly, I have made some money playing poker while studying at university. It taught me the importance of having sound decision-making processes and the discipline to stick to them. It helped me detach myself emotionally from money and start thinking in terms of risks, rewards, and expected returns. As an investor, our goal should be to maximize potential return per unit of risk. Some prefer to minimize downside first, think margin of safety, and then find the best investment opportunities for, say that level of risk. Some prefer to focus on the potential return only. I am more of a student of the former rather than latter. My influences are Cassel from MicroCapClub and Paul Andreola from Smallcap Discoveries. They both had the greatest impact on my investing style. End quote. Okay, so then I asked Philippe, tell me about your investing strategy, okay, in a nutshell. Philippe said, I run a concentrated portfolio of Canadian microcaps. My goal is to find undervalued and undiscovered equities that have the potential to at least double my money on a 3 years time frame. In a nutshell, I look for mispriced growth stocks because I can make money in two ways: expansion of valuation multiple and growing revenues and earnings per share. End quote. So then I asked Philippe, what's your stock selection process, from beginning to end? So Philippe said, I look for growth businesses that present the following attributes and or have the potential to show them in a relatively short time frame. Those are high gross margins and or high asset turnover, operating leverage, cash flow positive from operations, positive working capital, tight capital structure with minimal to no debt, low dilution risk from options and warrants, high insider ownership, ideally a founder-operated business, low institutional ownership, no analyst coverage, low customer concentration risk, some sort of niche competitive advantage and or intellectual property, etc. I don't tend to put a lot of weight on past performance, as most microcaps are too early stage or have struggled for years before showing glimpses of hope. If they were solid businesses, they wouldn't be microcaps after all. In other words, they have the potential to get there. In other words, I can get comfortable with only a few quarters of sound financial performance if I pay a reasonable to cheap price, given the growth potential of the company. Note that I don't invest in resource or financial companies. Okay, so then I asked Philippe, okay, so enough about the upside. Tell me about your risk management strategy. Philippe responded, the best risk mitigating activity is to do a lot more research than everyone else. You want to get an informational edge on other investors before investing and after. You need to follow your positions closely. Then I asked Philippe, okay, tell me about your biggest wins. To which he replied with 3 stocks: Light Access Technologies, Pioneering Technology, and Bioscent. Then I asked Philippe, tell me about your biggest losses. To which he said, Accru and Microbix Biosystems. Then I asked Philippe, okay, are you all right with revealing your portfolio? He revealed it. So in Philippe's MicroCap portfolio, he has IMAFlex, Light Access Technologies, Accru, Pioneering Technology Corp, Namesys, Immunoprecise Antibodies, Sayata Mobile, Aurora Solar Technologies, Covalon Technologies, Gatekeeper Systems, and RenoWorks Software. Okay, so then I asked Philippe, okay, so show me your performance numbers. Philippe said, my TFSA is a good indicator of my past performance. I've been investing for 4 years now, and my capital has gone up 8 times. Now that's pretty damn good. Good for Philippe. And then finally I asked Philippe, tell me about your advice and outlook. Philippe said 3 things. He said, companies that are dominating a niche tend to do better than those chasing large opportunities. They run a profitable business in their niche and can reinvest profits to expand. Number 2, he said, turn off the noise. Stop listening to mainstream media and focus on finding companies that should do well in any macro environment. Remember, the price you pay is your margin of safety. And then number 3, he said, don't use leverage. If it's good for the companies you invest in, if it's not good for the companies you invest in, it shouldn't be good for you either. Then, finally for fun, I wanted Philippe to tell me about a book that most people haven't read. And he said Insider Buy Superstocks is what the book's called. Insider Buy Superstocks is written by Jesse Stein. Apparently he turned $46,000 into $6.8 million. All right, guys, thanks for listening, and tune in soon. Bye.